Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. I have several things to share with you today and this week's week 2, week at a glance. Okay, so I have been working on this pond for the past 3 weeks. You might seem as if it's long, but you must understand that this is not my only means of work, right? I have several other things to do. So I dedicate at least a hour on Sundays to accomplish this task. Now, three things about this issue. Three things about this pond, right? One, I lost my Oscar during the course of this week. Remember, I showed you last week when which I told you that I was cleaning out my pond in which I keep my Oscar, right? This is the pond in which I keep my Oscar. It was really dirty, so I took out Zeus and I placed Zeus in this container. Now I left it. It was there during the Sunday. It was there Sunday night. Monday morning I woke up. I found it. It was there. It was okay. It was at the back. It was at the top. Everything was good. But when I came home from work in the evening, it disappeared. Up to now, I have not found it, and I don't know where it is. So it's gone. My 8 inches Oscar disappeared. I'm not sure if it jumped. I'm not sure if somebody actually came over and took it. I'm not sure if I don't know what happened to it. But I know that one, nobody would actually come to the front of my yard and take this fish, because this fish have been with me for nearly 2 years. And two, I know that puss doesn't like water, so therefore the puss to jump on to get it, it wouldn't get it like that. I know that the dog that actually venture over more time would not be able to get it unless it actually jump out. So I don't know I don't know what happened, right? So I'm really reeling from that loss. It's really painful, but no life lost personally. So I mean, sometimes you just have to learn from your experience, and this is what this channel is about. After reading a lot about Oscar, I realized that it's a possibility that Zeus might be probably maybe scared when it saw probably a dog or so, or a puss or something pass, so it got spooked, because remember this has a window, right? And it's the first that this fish have actually been in something like this where it can actually see outside, because I've had zoos for a long time, and zoos have been in a container like this around the back for about 2 months when I had issue with my pond, right? So zoos is no longer in existence. However, not to say that I am over it. I'm still reeling from it. My wife can actually see it. Probably a couple of days. I don't know when I'll get over it, but it's one of those fish in which I've had for a very long time, and it hurt. Anyway, moving on. Another issue for this week is that I got myself lemon sodas. Right, they are looking beautiful. I showed them on the channel a few weeks ago. And with the loss of Zeus, I actually got 2-inch Oscar. I know they can't live with Demonsoni. They will eventually eat the Demonsoni if they are there. The good thing about these Oscar is that they will become 8 inches in about 7 months. Right, so that's it for my garden pond. It's looking clean, its filtration is working, but it's okay, but still mistakes. Okay, back to this pond. Back to this pond with regards to the green water. Now I have realized that the positioning of this pond might be a little bit technical, since I might face the issue of green water. I intend to get some lilies, the ones that actually submerged in the water and the leaves are floating, but I foresee that I will still have the issue of green water, right? And it's a good thing when you actually test a lot of things a lot of dynamics of your pond and your aquarium before you actually make the final decision as to what you're doing. So I have decided to actually move this pond from here to the side until at least I've decided how I'm going to manage the green water issue. So I'm going to be I'm going to be emptying this water. I'm going to be washing it out. By the way, money is in it, so as to help cycle the pond. Although it doesn't really need that, but I just put it in there. Also helping the mosquitoes. So I'll be moving it to the side of the house. I will still be able to see, but the side of the house, because of the way it is structured, it will provide some amount of shade during the course of. I don't know if I'll be able to see, but I am still here trying to look. Now I have some amount of fish in this pond, probably about 15, right? There are cichlids. I have severum. I have chromite, and I was about to clean the pond. And when I was about to clean the pond, moving the plants, I saw some little flies swimming. Now, I have shown you before that my pond has an outlet, yes, and it have some holes in a pipe with a cap on it, which actually prevents the fish from going through. But it is surmised that these holes will allow the flies to swim. I am unsure whether or not some of these fish are actually chromides. Probably in the later future I will probably take out one and show it to you, my viewers, and probably you can share with me your opinion. I got these fish from the fish farm in which I showed you when I was looking at ornamental fish in Jamaica. They look like chromite. I knew I got a couple chromite from them, right? However, some of them don't look like chromite. They have some yellowish, greenish, bluish look. So I am still, the verdict is out on that as to what kind of fish they are. But I know I have probably about 50 fries. I see about 50 fries swimming, and it's amazing. Any fish, because the pond is so big, any fish that actually comes near to where the fries are at, the parents will actually attack them, right? I don't know how long they can keep this up for, but I know I have 2 chromides in it. I definitely chromite. I have 2 severum, but I don't know what the other 12 fish looks like. Sorry, I don't know what the other 12 fish are actually named, right? Probably at a later date I will actually look at that. Now, with regards to continuing the week at a glance, in regards to my Jack Dempsey pond, it's looking rather different than, let's say, 3 months ago. Now, a lot of algae a lot of algae exists within the pond, right? At the size of the pond. Now, I shared with you before that when the pleco reach certain size, they no longer function as how they normally when they are small. Right? They eat less algae. However, they do eat some. I probably might have to get a few small plecos, one that will not fit into the mouth of my Jack Dempsey, to actually help me clean up this pond, because it's really difficult for me to actually see, and the water is looking really, the side of the walling is looking green, right? The water itself looks clear. However, points to note, the algae at the side, actually, because it's a white container, prevents the water itself from being green. That might sound strange. Remember, you have different type of algae, right? You have string algae, and you have different type of algae, right? And they position themselves differently in the water. Some of them make the water green, some of them make the sidings green, and some of them have some little string thing at the side, right? So with the absence of the pleco in this pond, a lot of things have actually happened, right? One is that my black dempseys are actually swimming out a lot more, right? And so what I've realized is that my fish are not actually consuming. I fed them last night. I'm gonna be taking out some of these feed. I fed them last night and they have not eaten. So it begs the question whether or not they are actually feasting on microorganisms that exist within the pond, such as that which lives within the algae. So they are actually full, and that's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant in getting 2 or 3 more small plecos, right? So I am not gonna be feeding them probably for the next 2 days. After I've actually removed the old feed, I might have to do some siphoning. I'll be changing some amount of water, but not all water today. I'll also be taking down the filter, and I'll be washing everything, and I'll be fixing it up nicely. I showed it to you before that I took out the plants, saying that okay, then since the plants are rotting after a while, you get rats, and it actually falls at the base of the pond, giving me issues with water quality. I thought within myself to remove the plants, but after a bit I realized that the plants actually provide shade for the water, so the water got very green. But after I actually placed back the plants in the water, and change water, of course, the water quality, meaning that they can see visibility, the visibility of the water change, and I was able to actually view the base of the pond, right? So the fish looks really happy, in the sense that they are able to swim up and down. And I said this in the last video, but I'm actually reiterating it, right? That plecos are very aggressive, especially when it comes on to other fish infringing on its space. So moving the plecos into a different container kind of help the fish to actually becoming more free swimming, exercise, grow more, and also reproduce. So I am looking to see if that change over the next couple of days. Alright, so I can't see any of the fries, but I know that it's about 50 of them, right? And they are swimming in there. I have moved the plecos and placed them in this pond. I have not seen them. The funny thing about it is that whenever I feed them during the days, for the entire day I don't see them, but in the night when I return, all of the feed is actually gone. I'll be getting a filter for this system, but it's plecos, so they are very hardy and they can live in this container without even filtration system for a very long time. Yes, they can. I just need some plants and they'll be good. Too much water is in this pond, so I'm going to be releasing some today. No, and a matter of my koi pond, the plants are really blooming. You saw we are trying to change water last week. There's no egg. Usually when they change water a couple days after the lay, there's no egg, so I guess it will be another water change before that happens. Koi and goldfish tend to lay eggs when the water is clean, when they are well fed, and they have a good amount of space. Okay, and back to my other fish. These are my main garners, right? This is the pond in which Zeus was in, right? Before I moved him around the front. This is the pond. It never have any glass, right? It was just like this, and it stayed there for about 3-4 months, and everything was good, right? My main garners are in it. My guppies are in that one. Everybody's going on okay. I should change water for this fish. So for a few months I have been keeping this container with several different trash in it. I see roach, I have some big jama roach and some bullfrogs. This is my worm farm. Right? My worm farm. It doesn't seem as if it went as how it should. So I'll be cleaning it out today. And I'm probably just getting rid of the whatever is in it. Right? I do not want frogs to be bred in it because they are becoming a pest to me now. Now I am siphoning out the IBC toad with my silverworm and my other fish, in which I know not what they need. I am siphoning them out, right? I have met upon an issue. The issue is that I do not know how I'm hurt to heaven tadpoles get from the base of this pond all the way to the top. So after checking, I realized that they, at a certain age, they have their feet are wet, right? So what happened is that they are actually able to climb on the side of the container upward. Yes, I'm getting rid of the lilies because they are going to be causing problems within my pond. You see, what a lot of persons fail to realize is that plants are good, but whenever the plants rot, the plants have compounds in it which inspire, how should I say, which encourage the existence of nitrates and nitrites, dead organisms. Yeah, nitrate and nitrites. So as a result, the levels of nitrates in the pond actually increases. So I am going to be removing these lilies. I'm going to be replacing them. You don't have to wonder what I'm going to be doing with them. The thing about these lilies is that they look as if they are actually dead, but they are not. But I do not have the patience to actually strip them and to take out the ones that are about to push out new leaves. And what will happen is that during the course of the week when I'm unavailable, they will fall, the leaf after becoming decay. And if you look proper in the pond, you will actually see there's some amount of litter at the base of the pond, plant litter that is, that has been caused as a result of rotten lilies. Right, lilies are wonderful for your pond, but they give a lot of work. And I guess that is one of the reasons why a lot of persons are not really fond of using water lilies, because water lilies will eventually fall to the base and it will cause problems. Now I am gonna have to, here's the tadpoles, there they are in the pond, right? And this is my issue. They climb on the side of the pond and they're swimming in the water as if the water is theirs, right? If my cichlids were a little bit bigger, they would have actually ate them, but they are not. If Zeus was here, I would have actually caught them and thrown them to Zeus, and Zeus would have ate them. So now I am by my so-called worm farm. Wow, it's a lot of them. Wow, they are frogs, right? And this is one of the reasons why. And roach, wow, there are a lot, right? I am gonna see if I can kill some of them because I don't have Zeus anymore to eat them, and they are becoming a pest. Realizing that this is where they live, I will just have to kill them, right? So frogs, the roaches, and the worm, they're all being bred in this for Zeus. But there's no more Zeus, and my Jack Dempsey are not eating. So I'm gonna have to get rid of them, or else they will be a problem to me in the future.